It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Hey, let's talk IT services. You know, last week I had Matthew Kanaski from Marco on, and we were talking about assessments, and I asked him flat out, do y'all give away free assessments? And he laughed at me. No, we don't give away free assessments. We have a cost to deliver an assessment. We bring value to the end user, so we don't do it for free. It still amazes the hell out of me that after 12 years of watching the Document Imaging channel, trying to get into IT services, we still have folks out there giving away free IT service assessments. They're doing advertisements. We're in IT services now. Call us for a free evaluation, a free assessment. I'm thinking to myself, what in the hell are you doing? I mean, it almost sounds like they went into their toner room where they keep all their toner supplies, and they moved some off a shelf, and they threw some computers in there, and now they're in the IT services business. So the next thing they got to do is they got to go out and get some free assessments. What in the hell are you doing? First of all, do you even want a customer? Do you even want to have a customer, as an IT services customer, that wants you to do a free assessment? Seriously, this is your prospect? Someone that doesn't put any value whatsoever on their IT infrastructure? You want to sign them up for reoccurring revenue for IT services? Are you out of your mind? Ladies and gentlemen, the reason we do this is simple. It's on-the-job training. Seriously. It's on-the-job training, and no one's going to hire an IT services company and let them train in their environment. That would be insanity. But see, that's what you're telling the whole world when you start doing things like, we're going to give away a free assessment. Call us up. I know we've been selling copiers for the last 30 years, but, you know, there was a global pandemic, and we realized people aren't printing as much anymore. So now we're a full-blown IT services company. We put it on our website. Look at our logo. We're going to come out there and give you a free assessment because you're so valuable to us. Well, if you're so valuable to us, why don't you come out here and charge me for an assessment and come out with the right people that could actually give me the assessment? And I know that would cost you all some money. How could it possibly be free? Ladies and gentlemen, we got to stop this free shit. We have completely, we talk about the best salespeople in the world all the time. The best salespeople in the world, but yet we're going to give away a free IT services assessment. Something we should be selling for, my God, we could be getting $3, $4, $5, $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 for some of these things. You throw in some security things, you move up the notch a little bit, like my good friend Milton Bartley down there in Nashville. Folks, this is nuts. This is nuts. What are you doing? You're telling a customer you're going to come out there and evaluate their IT infrastructure for free? Do you know what it takes to do an assessment? This is what you're looking at. Server infrastructure, network infrastructure, power environment, security, firewall, email systems, business continuity, workstations, wireless infrastructure, applications, file systems, internet infrastructure. You're going to do all this for free? Are you insane? Free? Folks, you know what? When you do things for free and you got the word free assessment written all over your vehicle as you run around town, we're going to give away free assessments on IT. Well, when you go to present the IT, the findings, this is what's going to happen. The audience will all be sound asleep. They'll think you're a freaking idiot, and they're not going to do any business with you. They just thought you were nuts. Why don't you just cut a hole in the side of the van? That way you don't even have to get out of the van. You could just drive up and say, hey, we're going to do some free assessments, and when we're done, come back out to the van. We'll open up this door here. You could pick up your assessment like an ice cream cone or something. Folks, this is insanity. Pure insanity. When you do an assessment and you actually get paid for it, and you actually have the right professional people doing the assessment, this is what the presentation looks like. And people say, wow, these people know their shit. Man, we need to engage with this company. Remember that other company that was in there that was going to do this for free? Can you believe this? Who are these people? Ladies and gentlemen, let's just talk about what it takes to do an assessment. You got to have an architect. A lot of you might call that architect a VCIO. That's $150,000 a year. That person's going to spend 3 to 6 hours on that assessment, putting it all together. All the information that they get, they're going to put together. Think of them as the CPA. The one that takes all the work from all the workers and puts it all together, makes it make sense, puts an executive summary together, understands how to talk to C-levels. That's not cheap, folks. You got sales engineers. They're the ones that are on the location gathering all the information. Those folks are $75,000. They're going to have 2 to 4 hours in that. Could be more depending on the account. That's free? Come on, folks, what are you doing? You got to have someone looking at all the licenses, all the software, all the hardware warranties, all the maintenance agreements. Those people, $50K, they're going to have 2 to 4 hours in this thing. This is free? What are you going to do? Hey, Jim, do you have to do that PM on the school district on Tuesday? Because I really need you to go out to ABC Company and gather some information. We're doing a free assessment for them. Can you go out there and, write down all the stuff they have? Is that what you're doing? I mean, that's the only thing I could imagine you'd be doing if you're giving it away for free. Folks, what are you doing? Maybe you got a sales rep that's not hitting their numbers, but you like the person because they understand computers. Hey, Jim, okay, I need you to go out to ABC Company. We're giving away a free assessment, and I need you to kind of look around there and gather some information. But you know what's even worse than what I just described? What's worse is when you go ahead and hire the $150,000 VCIO and you have him out there doing the work that the person for $75,000 should be doing, wasting 2 to 4 hours climbing on the floor, looking at serial numbers, looking at equipment, putting together all the devices, all the infrastructure, kind of laying it all out. Why is he doing that or she doing that? You see where this is going? Folks, a free assessment is pure insanity. I hope I never have to do another video to try to talk the Document Imaging channel into charging for their IT services. What in the hell are we doing? We just look purely stupid to the world when we do this. Number one threat to companies today is what? Ransomware. We just saw another attack on the pipeline. Can you imagine? I mean, think about this. Think about our friends, maybe they have this huge nationwide IT services company and they call up this organization that controls the pipeline, right? And they say, hey, I just want you to know we have a free assessment we'll do for you, free. We know you need copy machines in that pipeline business too. So let us do the free assessment. We'll make sure that ransomware never happens again and we'll give you some copy machines along with it. You see how just pure insane this shit sounds? But sometimes that's what we sound like as we transition from print to IT services. Maybe it's the people you've been hanging around for the last 12 years telling you to do stupid shit that doesn't make any sense. You sure weren't listening to Paul Dipple, because he'd tell you were a moron. He might not say it that way, but he'd be colorful maybe. Why are you giving away a free assessment? Ladies and gentlemen, it's pure insanity is what it is. Intellect is not given away. When you're building your IT services company, these are the people you're going to need, okay? This is just the start of this thing. You need that VCIO at $150K. You need a server admin between $80 and $120K. You need a project manager between $80 and $100K. I'm not talking about some service guy that you're going to say, hey, I know you've been working on production print, so that qualifies you to be the project manager for all of our IT deployments. No, a project manager that's trained in project management. That has certificates around project management, that gets it, that knows how to do it. Those people aren't cheap. A TAM, technology account manager. Someone that's going to monitor and manage these accounts, make sure their licenses are current, take care of add moves, add and removals. Who's going to do that for you? Well, I realize, Jim, you're in charge of billing all of our meters, but I need you to start looking at all the licenses and all of our IT services accounts and make sure things are current, make sure there wasn't any add-ons, make sure there wasn't any removals. Can you take care of that while you're billing the meters? You see how stupid that sounds? How many of you are doing that? You need a level 3 tech, 50 to 65K. You need a level 2, 40 to 50K. Never hire a level 1, by the way. We don't need level 1s. Even if you run your own help desk, don't hire a level 1. Why do you want to hire a level 1? Just has to escalate to level 2. Just hire the damn level 2. If you do everything right in that infrastructure, you're going to eliminate a lot of the level 1 activity anyway. But ladies and gentlemen, this isn't cheap stuff. This is a commitment. It's going to take a commitment. It's going to take money. You're going to have to be prepared to have some losses until you get it going. But doing on-the-job training for IT services ain't going to work. It's not a damn copy machine or a printer. I mean, folks, let's be honest. If that copier blows up in the hallway, that business probably doesn't have to pay $1 million to some ransom company, right? We need to pay attention to what we're doing and what we look like in the marketplace. Because after 12 years, the fact that I'm even doing a video talking to the Document Imaging channel about why they should charge for their assessments is pretty insane. It is pretty insane when you think about it. And I sure as hell wouldn't be doing it if I didn't constantly see where people are doing assessments for free. If I didn't constantly still see after 12 years the struggles with IT services. When are we going to take this shit seriously? You would have thought during a global pandemic, almost 18 months of lockdowns, that we would have taken it more seriously. Some of you have, and I applaud you, but a lot of you haven't. And a lot of you are continuing to listen to these lunatics that have been telling you the same shit for the last 12 years and haven't moved the needle. Maybe it's time to hire some new lunatics. Maybe it's time to look in new places. Maybe it's time to explore new opportunities. Because let's be honest, folks, it doesn't take 12 years to learn something unless you got a really bad teacher. It doesn't take 12 years to learn something unless you got a really bad teacher. Maybe it's time you get a new teacher. Just something to think about, my friends, because we can't be giving stuff away free. IT services is not print. It's not print. It's about understanding the customer, understanding the deliverable, understanding the cost and the profit, and delivering above expectations. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we all know this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all tomorrow.